Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, welcome if you're new. I'm Karen Casey, and today I'm going to talk about how to powder contour, and I'm going to talk about the Urban Decay Naked Skin Shapeshifter palette. There are two sides to this palette. There's a powder side and a cream side. I am going to talk about the cream side in another video, because in that video I'm going to talk about cream contouring, so I figured talk about the creams in the cream contouring video. I'm just doing powder contouring today, so I'm just going to talk about the powders. Sorry, I'm like blinding you. Oh, wrong side. I'm like blinding you right now, I'm sorry. So, I did some swatches for you guys. This is what they call the dark contour shade. I would call this a bronzer because it's very warm toned. It has a very orange-red undertone to it. This one they're calling the medium. Yeah, medium contour shade. I would call this a contour shade because it has more of a cool undertone. It's got a little bit more of a grayish undertone, which is what you want for a contour generally, because you're creating shadows on your face, and shadows are not warm. They're like gray and black. So you want more of a gray undertone. And then you can probably not see this one, but they're calling this the light contour shade. I would use this as a matte highlight, or to set my face, or to set the cream highlight. And then this blinding thing right here is the pearl highlight, which I love so much. I love it. And yeah, so as you can see, these are very pigmented. They're actually a little crazy pigmented. I would love if it was a little less pigmented, because I'm a little scared to like dip my brush into it and have like boom, big contour. But you learn what to do with it. So how I powder contour is I take my little e.l.f. contouring brush, because it has this nice straight edge and it doesn't pick up a whole ton of product, which is really good, especially when you're using something crazy pigmented. And ooh, sorry, my laptop is on my coffee table and I am sitting on the floor. So when I'm hitting the table, it's making my laptop shake, which is making the camera, this, shake. So, oh well, sorry. I'm making do with what I have. So I take that little straight edge and I just dip the edge into whatever shade I want to use. So I'm going to use the contour shade. I'm going to tap off excess because, like I said, very pigmented. And then I find the hollow of my cheek by going like this. And it's going to be this line right under my cheekbone. By the way, I have foundation on, and I have set it with a translucent powder. You don't have to do the translucent powder right then and there. You can just do the powder contouring, but you don't put creams over powders. Powders go over creams or liquids, like a liquid foundation. There are exceptions, of course, but for this, that's the rule. That's how it's going to turn out best. So the powder over the liquid foundation helps this apply a little more smoothly. It doesn't stick to the liquid foundation, but you don't have to set it first. So I find that hollow of my cheek and just stamp the color and drag it down as far as I want. If you're having trouble finding the hollow of your cheek, you go from the top of your ear to the corner of your mouth. That's the line. That's the line we're following. So yeah, this is decided. I don't want to bring it too far because I don't want to have like really hollowed out cheeks. I just want, a little more definition and, try to chisel my baby face a little bit. So because this is so pigmented, I'm not going to go back in on less pigmented colors. I will go back in and get fresh color for the other side. I just do the same thing. Just sort of stamp the color a little bit. And there we go. There we have that. Now I will take the color again, a little bit more, and just along my jaw, I'm going to put a little color there, and a little color here. I do this, a lot of people will do contouring to make their jaw look a little stronger. I do it to diminish my jaw a little bit because I have a kind of square jaw, and that just looks a little weird when I contour my cheeks, so I just round out my jaw a little bit. And then, very, very carefully, I will dip the entire flat of this brush into the shade, very lightly, coat that entire part, tap off excess, and then into my hairline from like my temple and all the way around, because when I contour, my forehead looks a little larger, so I'm trying to balance that out and make it a little smaller. And I'm going to just bring that color all the way around my hairline in a little bit of a rainbow shape. And if you have to dip back in a little bit to even out the side that you didn't start on, go right ahead. Make sure it's more or less even. And there we go. We have everything mapped out. Now I'm going to take my Morphe Y12. I don't like using the brush that I use to line everything out with to blend, because it adds a little extra product. So I take a clean brush, so that way I'm not adding anything more and making it darker. I'm just blending it. And then I go back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth, bringing this more toward my hairline. I don't want to bring it too far down, because then I'm going to end up with a little bit of a more dramatic contour. It's going to be a little more hollowed out than I want. So I want to keep it about the length that I did it. And you don't want to drag the contour down. That's going to hollow out your cheek more than define your cheekbone. Okay? So if you're looking for a hollowed out cheek, you know, which is not my favorite look. Some people do like that, but, you know, to each their own. If you must do up or down, if you're not going for that hollowed out look, do up. Bring it up. And there we go. That's how you blend that. And now I'm going to do the other side. These are super easy to blend. And they're rather buildable. So, you know, I blended it out a lot so that I had a very natural looking contour. If you're looking for a dark contour, you can definitely build this up and not blend it out quite as much as I am. And then for my jaw, I'm just going back and forth again. And you can drag this one down a little bit depending on what kind of jaw shape you're trying to create. Just be careful because you don't want to end up with a 5 o'clock shadow. So don't drag it down too much. Just right under your jaw is as far as you want to bring it down. Alright, now for my forehead blending. One of my biggest pet peeves is when there's a hard line from contouring or foundation around your hairline. Don't be afraid to get a little bit in your hair. A makeup wipe later or whatever will take care of that. It's better to get a little in your hair and get it out than to have that hard line. So what I'm going to do, because I like the placement of where this is on my forehead, I don't want to drag it down too much and make my forehead too small. I'm going to blend it back into my hairline. And yeah, I may be getting some of my hair, but if it's noticeable, I can take a makeup wipe and go, shh, done. Easy. So, back to blending. And you can go back and forth too, like this way, not this way. And then because I'm blind as a bat, I'm going to check this with my glasses. One's that more. Alright, and there you go. That's how you powder contour. Now the highlighting. I'm going to use my nice shimmery powder highlight here. If you're not using a cream and you're, you know, just doing a powder contour, I probably wouldn't use this. I'd probably just use this for setting cream highlight. Okay? Okay. So, a cream matte highlight, not a cream shimmer highlight. We'll get more into that in the cream contour video. So, I'm going to take My brushes are behind you. I'm going to take my Morphe Y14 so that it really shows up nice, because this is a nice dense highlighting brush. And I'm going to take that shimmery shade. And now we're going to highlight the areas that we want to pop out. So what we were doing before is create, because darks recede and lights come out. Even if they're even, they'll come out. You know, they'll do this. So what we did with this was the contour. I cannot talk. My brain goes way faster than my mouth can. What we were doing with the contour shade was putting it in areas that we want to recede. So the forehead comes down, the cheeks go in, the jawline goes in. With the highlight, we're going to do things that we want to come out. The cheekbones, the bridge of the nose, the cupid's bow, maybe your forehead a little bit if that's what you want, or your chin. I don't like highlighting those areas. I think that makes it too big. So I gotta blend that more. Good enough. Okay, so I have the shimmery shade, and I'm going to put it on the very tops of my cheekbones. Do you see how great that is? That is beautiful. I'm in love with this. Okay, so between the contour here, bringing this part of my face in, and the highlight, bringing this part out, my cheekbones and your cheekbones, if you're doing this, are going to really pop. So I'm going to take more of that shade and put more of it on my face. And now I'm going to take, you can take a smaller brush. I'm going to take my finger, and I'm just going to dip in a little bit and run this up the bridge of my nose. I always forget to contour my nose. You can contour your nose. I usually forget. I just take that little straight edge, dip it into the shade, and on either side of where you would put the highlight, just draw a straight line down. There are different nose contouring techniques for different nose shapes that you have to make it look as straight as possible. If you have a different nose shape, it's, you know, brighter and broader, it's, you know, whatever, go look that up. This is the most common contouring, and this is what I do for my nose. And just stamp. I gotta restamp this one a little bit. That is so crooked. That's okay. We're gonna keep going. And I'm gonna take that blending brush, blend this out. Okay, nose is contoured and highlighted. That's supposed to make your nose look straighter and thinner. Now I'm going to take my finger again with that shimmery shade, that highlight, and put it on my cupid's bow. That's the end. So you may be wondering why I'm in different clothes and in different makeup, and it's now really like light in here. That would be because my video stopped recording apparently. I went to go edit it, and then it just cut off right where you saw. So I'm finishing up the video on a completely different day. As you can see, I'm not contoured or anything like I was before. I'm just going to wrap up what I was saying. So I was putting the highlight on my cupid's bow, which is the M of your lip. Putting a highlight there can make your upper lip look a little bigger. And if you want a bigger lip, you can also put a shadow right under your lower lip, and that'll make your lower lip look bigger. So that was it for powder contouring and highlighting. I'm sorry that this was so jumpy that it, went from one day to the next, but that's the name of the game here, I guess. And yeah, so make sure to subscribe to my channel because I put out 3 videos a week. That's Casey, by the way. That's my dog. Because I'm in the living room and she lays on the couch, so she's joining us today. So 3 videos a week, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. Mwah.